Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the video. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful to connect with you, to say hi, hello. How do you do? What is happening? What's going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings. I speak unto you for those who will be live. Yes, 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 and yes. Let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on. And for those who will be used by God at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. So we're continuing our conversation. Hey, Brian, good morning, sis. I love you right back. We're continuing our conversation around this notion of support systems and our focus and our response, right? Our engagement with with our support system. And so today we're talking about appreciating. Good morning, Coop Coop. Love you right back. Appreciating our support system, having an appreciation for it. And so, what does that look like, right? To be able to look, to assess, to evaluate, and then to walk away with a deep, deep, deep appreciation for your support system. To walk away valuing. And if you value, then you're going to honor it. So, what does that look like in real time? When you think about, get in mind who's your support system. What does your support system look like? Evaluating how does your support system come, how do they provide for you? How do they, my mind is blanking on what I'm trying to say. But how does they show up for you? That's what I'm trying to say. How does your support system, in all the different ways in which those things happen? So when you think about that, right, when you think about your support system and how they show up for you and all the things, my question to you is, what does appreciation of that, of those actions, of that energy, of those resources, of those intentions, right? Of the, what does it look like for you to say, thank you? What does your thank you look like? What does your appreciation look like? What does your recognition look like? Because it's important. We have people who do for us in lots of different ways, maybe small ways and other very large ways. We have people who do for us. And do they know we appreciate them? Do they know we have great appreciation for what they do, for how they do it? Are they aware of that? And if you can't answer that like flat out, absolutely they're aware, then we got some work to do. If we can't answer that with absolute unequivocal, yeah, they know I appreciate them. They know how much I value them. They know what difference they make in my life. They know the specifics of how they impact me, all the things. And if we can't say yes to that, we probably need to be getting some text messages, some phone calls, some cards. We probably be needing to get some of that stuff out so that people can, right? So that people can get their flowers. Hey, cousin, good morning. All is well. I love you right back. So that they can get their flowers now. So that people can get the flowers. Get the flowers. And so make a list of your support system. All the people, big and small, right? Because it could really be lots of different folk. Or maybe it's just a few folk. Whomever it is. And you know what I didn't talk about, though, is what if you don't have a support system? I serve as a therapist. And one of the in the ending of my assessment, I ask the clients 2 questions. I ask them, what does their support system look like? Who's a part of their support system? And I ask them, what are their strengths? Who's a part of their support system and what are their strengths? And both of those questions can be surprising for people. Thank you, Ray Price. Good morning. It is hump day. Both of those questions can be surprising for people. And what's not surprising anymore for me, but is continually sad for me, is when people say they don't have a support system, right? That they don't have a support system, that they are their own support system. So I can look at that many ways. And I think I'll go into detail how much time we have. It's not so much the subject for this particular one. So maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll see. But at any rate, whatever level of support system you do have, appreciate it. Even if it is you, that you are your support system. Appreciate yourself for showing up for you, right? Appreciate yourself for showing up for you because you are your support system. So make sure that you give yourself some pats on the back and, do some mirror work. Go in front of the mirror and be like, girl, I got you. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you for real. You the bomb.com. Right? Whatever works. But because think about it. That may have seemed a little corny or something, but all too often humans easily beat themselves up for something they didn't do, for some shortcoming that they had, for some failure that they experienced. They often will beat themselves up. And so my thing is, why not? That's kind of cute. Swoop it on back like that. Why not have rampages of appreciation when we all too often will have a rampage of disapproval, of frustration, of irritation, of whatever. So let's take our time and practice appreciating, practice gratitude, practice valuing, practice saying thank you, practice showing our appreciation. So, because whoever shows up to support you however they can deserves appreciation. Let me just say this also. Sometimes we want particular people to show up in particular ways, and we're disappointed when they don't, especially when we've shown up for them. But this is the thing about life. Things are not balanced in that way. Just because somebody gave you $1 million don't mean you'll be able to give them $1 million back. Or just because you showed up for someone when things were going rocky for them doesn't mean they're going to be able to show up the same way for you. I mean, it could be lots of different reasons. It could be lots of different reasons. And oftentimes we get stuck on, so I like to use this example. If you give yourself a party and you have an expectation of who's going to show up, especially those people who you've been to all their parties over the years, right? And it's the first time you're giving yours and you just know they're going to show up and they don't. The worst thing we can do is spend our time at the party worried about who's not there, as opposed to going into deep, rich appreciation for everyone who did show up. I'm not saying we ignore, like we might ask the question later of somebody, we might call and inquire, like what happened. But what we don't do is waste the party time, focus on who's not there. We leverage the party time to appreciate who is there, to appreciate the opportunity, to leverage the moment. Don't waste the time. So-and-so is not even here. This ain't the time, right? It's kind of like the Bible story. I think it was David and Absalom. And David was lamenting so hard over Absalom. And then finally, somebody said to him, well, what about us? What about the rest of the people in your kingdom? Do you not care about us at all? Absalom's gone and now nothing matters. So it's just, that's could be like a kick in the butt, a slap in the face. When you there, you having a good time, and it's like, oh, we just not gonna party because so-and-so didn't show up. I'm here. What you mean we not gonna party? So appreciate what you do have, because there will be disappointments. There will be. That's just life. Nobody's perfect. Right? Nobody's perfect. So there are going to be disappointments in life. And so it's important then for you to go on and do what you can do. Right? It's important for you to go on and show up in the way that you want to show up. Show up in the way that you need to show up. Be okay with what you do have and value it. value it in the utmost, right? Value it, significantly value it. And as you think about that notion of valuing it, then it grows, it gains, it increases, it expands, it becomes more because you have given it that kind of appreciative. Because, there's a statement that says, that which we appreciate appreciates. That which we appreciate appreciates. So it grows in value, it grows, it increases, right? It expands, it appreciates, becomes more. That which we appreciate. So make sure that you take time to appreciate your support system. Whoever it is, however it is that they come, appreciate it. Don't focus on what you didn't get, how they didn't show up. Don't focus on who didn't, whatever, because that focus is a distraction and it doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit those who have shown up. It doesn't benefit those who didn't show up. Yeah, we will have some disappointments. We will, because certain people we expect to show up a certain way. But everybody's doing the best that they can at any given time. Everybody is. And if you are unable to recognize that, and you expect people to do differently than they do, you are setting yourself up for misery. You're setting yourself up for misery. And this is not the same as holding people accountable. We do hold people accountable and we do set standards. But once we've seen that people show up a particular way consistently, then you've got to make the assumption, you've got to draw the conclusion that this is the best they got. And if this is the best they got, does it serve you well? Does it meet your need? Are you getting what you want? If not, then you got to move on, because you're going to stay at a dry well. You're going to keep frustrating yourself and probably frustrating them as well. You see, it's not fair. Oftentimes it's not just. Sometimes it just sucks really big, but it is what it is. What do you need to do in order to be best positioned for yourself? What do you need to do to give yourself exactly what you need? And to make yourself available. Because I live from the premise that things are always working out for me and that everything I need is already available, that we live in an abundant universe and there is no shortage of resources. That whole scarcity nonsense is nonsense. Zero-sum game is for zero-sum people. There are no zero-sum people, but there are people who believe in zero-sum. Hey, honey. How are you, Anthony? Good to see you. That's my nephew, y'all. Thank you for your prayers, right? There is enough for everyone. And so we've got to live like that. We've got to know that. When we think that this is a zero-sum game, then we start to do some shady things. We see that happening, right? All in leadership right now. It's not a zero-sum game. It's not. We've got to know that. We've got to know that we live in an abundant universe and there's enough for everyone. Show up with your goods, show up the best version of yourself and better your best. Keep getting better. I mean, it's okay. This is the best I have right now, but it'll get better. I'll keep trying. I'll keep growing. I'll keep expanding. I'll keep increasing. I'll keep becoming, because I will keep loving. I will love well consistently. I will. Okay. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And at the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited. We relinquished. You and I, we gave up the right to not be amazing. If anybody told you lately that you're absolutely amazing, You are. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. This has been Dr. Catherine E. James coming to you live from Sicklerville, New Jersey. All right. Bye-bye now.